The Dolphins and the Steelers have just made a huge blockbuster trade prior to training camp here. The Steelers are trading Minkah Fitzpatrick, a Pro Bowl safety, and a 2027 fifth-round pick to receive from the Dolphins Jalen Ramsey, cornerback, and tight end Jonnu Smith, and a 2027 seventh-round pick. Now, because these picks are 2 years out, it's not exactly the centerpiece of these deals. The swap of Minkah Fitzpatrick for Jalen Ramsey and Jonnu Smith, very beneficial for both teams, and this Dolphins able to get what they were looking for, which is getting off of the money that Smith and Ramsey were owed. They very clearly did not want to extend Smith, and the fact that they wanted off of Jalen Ramsey's contract had been something known since the beginning of the offseason. The Steelers moving Minkah Fitzpatrick is a lot more questionable and a surprise, as he has been a hallmark of their defense and a centerpiece in their defense since they acquired him from Miami a number of years ago. It'll be interesting to see how they adjust at their safety position. However, it is a huge boost for their cornerback position group that they were able to get Jalen Ramsey, and having a second tight end in Jonnu Smith paired with Pat Freiermuth is a huge boost for offensive coordinator Arthur Smith's offense, as Arthur Smith had Jonnu Smith in Tennessee when he was offensive coordinator underneath Vrabel. It is just a huge adjustment that they'll be able to make, as they can now do a lot more two tight end sets, which is something that Arthur Smith loved to do when he was down and had Delaney Walker and Jonnu Smith with the Titans. They're typically a run-heavy team with Smith and with Tomlin just in general. So I think it fits their system very well there. The move to get Ramsey for the Steelers is interesting. They do add a lot of money. They're clearly going for broke this season. And I think if I were to give this trade a grade, I think I would give it for the Steelers a C+. They added a lot of money. They didn't give up a whole lot. I think Fitzpatrick is not nothing. And because of how integral he has been to their defense, I do think that I can't push it any higher than the C+. But for the Dolphins, I think I give this a solid B. They were able to get out from behind two headaches that I think that they didn't want to deal with going into training camp and into the season, having to answer questions about all that. And they got good value. Getting back Minkah Fitzpatrick should be able to add a really proven playmaker to their defense. And then they get a fifth-round pick in 2 years, which isn't nothing, but it's not anything to write home about.